Good day everyone. Today I will present about the exposure. Adjective. In this lesson, we will discuss the abbreviation terminologies related to term of exposure and its methods, and produce preparations and evaluate abbreviation factors affecting the exposure's films. Definition of terms. Exposure. It is giving light on the films or in photography record by exposing sensitive materials. Filter. It is a piece of color of material before the camera lens observes the center of colors. Light meter, which measure light quickly, constantly. Diaphragm. Mechanical device allow the photographer adjust aperture. Aperture is opening the lens, through which the light passes to center of the camera. In the optical, the aperture is a hole or an opening through which of light travels. Aperture stop is the opening which of limits the amount of lights which passes through an optical system. Example: the adjustable diagram near the front of a compound camera lens is a aperture stop from the lens. F-stop system. Relation between the diameter of lens opening on a aperture and a focal length of the lens. F. Focus. Indicated the speed of light. Focused length. The measurement of the intensity of the light, called f-stop. It is a usual printed or graved on lens barrel of the follow. Principle of f-stop. The smaller the number, the greater the opening. The greater the number, the smaller the opening. Shutter speed. Exposure time. Adjusted or controlling the time set and is measure each seconds. Example: abbreviation of fractions of the seconds. 1/15 of the seconds. 1/30 of the seconds. 1/60 seconds. 1/20 of a seconds. 1/50 of the seconds. Subject distance from the camera to subject.
Definition of terms: focal distance. Distance of any object upon which the lens is focused. Kailangan dito kahit anumang bagay ang nakadistansya dito at kung saan man ito, dapat ito ay nakatuon laang o nakafocus dito yung lens. Focal plane. The plane in which sharp focus lies. Focal plane for any lens are many depending upon the distance of the object focused upon it. It is usually regarded as the surface of the film or plate. Kailangan dito ay nakapokus ka lang sa isang object na pipicturean mo para di siya malabo pag pipicturean mo, kahit para yung tulad ng solar, kahit may distansya ka, kung malayo man ito malapit, kailangan dapat maganda din ang pagkuha mo dito sa isang picture. focal length, distance from the optical center of the lens. If the focal point strictly focal length is assumed to be the distance between the ground or glass or film and the lens aperture when the lens is focused at infinity distance. Dito naman ipo-focus mo dito ang pagkuha sa isang imahe. Mataas man, mababa o malapit man o malayo ang kukuhanan mo ng isang imahe o picture ay dapat hindi ito malabo o pangit pag ito ay kinuhanan mo. Depth of field, distance from the closest clear object in a photograph to the farthest clear object, the nearest and the farthest distance apparently in sharp focus on a given object being photographed. Dito naman kahit malayo ang nakuha mong pic ay dapat siya ay nakafocus lang kung saan siya naroroon o kung saan mo siya kukuhanan ng imahe o picture. Intensity of light, the strength or quality subject light where it recharges the subject from the light source caused by having multiplicity of images caused by movement of the camera or subject or in tripod work vibration during exposure. It also caused sometimes by lack of critical focus. Dito naman kailangan ang gagamitin mo mga ilaw o mga sa isang subject o sa isang source ay kailangan mga quality, yung matitibay talaga para pag kukuha ka ng isang picture, ito ay maganda ang pagkuha mo, maliwanag. Definition, the fidelity with which a lens from an image of fine detail, such as sharp clean cut with definite lines and area boundary. Dapat dito ay malinis lahat yung pagkukuhanan mo, yung mga places, yung pagkaka-cut mo sa mga picture, mga linya, mga ganon. Sobrang linis nila lahat. Distortion refers to an image in which individual proportions do not correspond to the proportion of the original. For example, straight lines reproduce as curved ones. Dapat dito, kung halimbawa dito, kung saan ka lang nakapokus ay dapat doon ka lang nakapokus sa kukuhanan mo. Dapat doon ka lang nakapokus. Overexposure refers to film exposure with too great light action resulting from a long period of exposure with too large lens opening. Dito naman kailangan may flash ang camera mo para pag kumuha ka ng isang picture ay maganda ang pagkakakuha mo dito. Underexposure refers to insufficient light action during exposure to high speed to small lens aperture or combination of the factors. Kailangan dito ay mabilis kang kumuha. Dapat kahit gaano ka kabilis kumuha, dapat maganda ang pagkakakuha mo sa picture, hindi yung pangit.
Step of exposure. We expose film to light so that image of the object or subject will be recorded in the synthesized material through the manipulation of the lens aperture and shutter speed. Exposure determines how much light gets to film. So, ibig sabihin, sa pagkuha mo ng isang litrato sa isang bagay is dapat nakafocus lang ito and kahit maliwanag at kahit mabilis is hindi ito malabo. Combination of two is necessary to capture the proper quantity of light. Certain accessories in specialized photography may be utilized to improve exposure, to include filters and devices such as extension tubes used to microphotography. Then, kailangan mo munang i-combine yung dalawa, yung capture and quantity of light. Ibig sabihin, kailangan yung nakapokus ka din yung liwanag kung saan mas magandang kumuha ng picture, or kailangan lalagyan mo rin ito ng filter upang mas mapaganda pa. Amount of light needed to capture the image is too great, exposure time was too long and too large, lens aperture. The resultant would be overexposure. When it is vice versa, it is said to underexposure. So, kailangan kahit malayo o malapit, kailangan is nakapokus ka dun sa picture na kukuha mo upang hindi ito malabo at para hindi ito maging control of intensity of light and time. The aperture and shutter speed work together to provide the film with accurate amount of light. With shutter speed, the photograph chooses defined upon. So, combine the control intensity and light and time. Kailangan yung oras, kung anong oras ng pagkaliwanag, kumbaga is parang sasamantalahin mo na agad kung iliwanag dapat din sakto sa oras. Ang example nito is, number 1 is the amount of available light, kung saan yung pinaka available na liwanag, the depth and field required by the subject matter of the photograph. Shooting outdoors in daylight, the photographer can divide the intensity of light into 5 categories. Kung kukuha ang isang photographer ng isang picture, kailangan mo munang identify ito: bright sunlight, haze sunlight, cloudy sunlight, and cloudy dark. So, kailangan. To sum what was discussed above, the photographer must always bear in mind that there are 6 factors affecting the process of film exposure. These are ASA, ISO, DIN, GSA rating. Number 2, lighting condition. Number 3, lens opening or aperture. Shutter speed. Number 5, color of the subject. Then, number 6 is filter.
Good day everyone. My topic is film exposure preparation. Film exposure preparation. The scene of the crime photographer, when responding to emergency cases, must be able to immediately classify the crime scene that he can prepare the needed instrument materials for that particular crime, otherwise might be bring things immaterial to or which are not needed in the crime scene. The useful necessary instrument materials brought to the scene are the following. So, sa crime scene exposure preparation, bilang isang crime photographer, dapat laging maging handa kung may emergency cases na kinakailangang maklasify agad-agad. At kailangan din na prepare ka, lalong-lalo na ang mga gamit na kinakailangan dalhin. At dapat alam mo kung anong partikular na mga bagay na dapat dalhin. At ano nga ba ang mga bagay na dapat dalhin sa isang crime scene? Una na dyan ang camera. Siyempre, kailangan dalhin sa crime scene ito dahil ito ang pinaka-kailangan natin para makita natin ang tunay na larawan pagkatapos ng krimen. At dito rin pinakita gandang ebidensya. Next ay film. Dahil wala ka namang film o paglalagyan ito. Next ay measuring device. Gaya ng tape at ruler, ginagamit ito para sukatin ang iba't ibang bagay na kasali sa crime scene, gaya ng dasto ng paa ng kriminal o yung biktima, at marami pang iba. Next ay tripod. Kung sakaling mahirapang kuhanan ng larawan at kailangang tagal ang pagkuha, ay magagawa ng paraan at mas madali ang pagkuha ng litrato gamit ang tripod. chalk, pencil, notebook, sketchpad. Kalimitan natin nakikita ito sa crime scene. Chalk, panukat at pandasto ng mga bagay na mahalaga sa isang crime scene at kasali sa crime scene gaya ng kutsilyo, mga ginamit sa crime scene gaya ng barel, at pati na din yung biktima. Pencil, notebook, mahalaga ito para ilagay ang mga kailangan mong matandaan sa crime scene. Kailangan mong i-note ang mahalagang impormasyon. Sketchpad, para isulat mo i-drawing mo kung saan lugar nangyari ang krimen. At ang may dalawa tayong sketchpad ay sketch, ang rough sketch at final sketch. Ang rough sketch, ito yung basta o minadali, at ang final sketch, ito yung may mga sukat na. Next is flash unit. Kung sakaling madilim ang lugar ng crime scene, makukunan mo pa rin ng litrato dahil sa flash. Next, proper handling of camera during exposure. So, wala man akong camera pero may picture ako dito para mas lalo nyo maintindihan. At hindi ko din may demo ito dahil wala akong camera. Stand erect, feet apart at normal distance. Siyempre dapat nakatayo tayo ng maayos na hindi tayo matutumba. Grasp the camera firmly at the side with your right hand and place it in the top of the left palm with hand still holding it except for the point finger, which is set ready to press the shutter release button. So, ito yun. May picture ako dito. Nagpapakita ang tamang paghawak ng camera. Doon sa, yung binanggit kanina, yun yung so, ito yun. Right. Dito nakalagay yung point, yung hintuturo nyo para sa release o dapat tama at takma yung kamay nyo dun sa mga bagay na pagpipindutan yun para sa pagkuha. Next is curl your other left 3 fingers to make a creepo of the camera, while the point and thumb finger are free and extended to rotate on focusing ring. Pakita ko ulit sa inyo yon. Yung left hand niya at yung turo niya sa left tsaka sa right para dun sa ring na pag-iikutan, at dun sa ilalim naman yung pagpapatungan ng camera para hindi mahulog ng camera. Next is climb your both elbows beside your body. Gleam, ibig sabihin nakatuon ang dalawang elbows nyo sa inyong katawan para hindi ka masyadong mangalay. Check that no fingers is covering viewfinder and optical lens. So, siguraduhin nyo na wala nakasangga dun sa lens. Focus the lens forward the film, advance lever with the right thumb, hold your breath and press the shutter release button with the right point finger. So, ifo-focus nyo na yung lens nyo dun sa object na pagkukuhanin nyo. Tapos, hold your breath and press the shutter release button. Yung right, yung pag-shot. Next, simple exposure method for police. So, ito yung exposure method ng police sa pagkuha. Take note of the light condition in relation of F and SS. Pag sinabi nating F, ito yung aperture. Pag sinabi naman nating SS, ito yung shutter speed. So, kung makikita nyo yung sa camera, yung f3.3, ito, yung f3.3, yun yung aperture. Ang shutter, ang speed shutter speed, ito yun, yung 150. Ang aperture, ang ginagawa nito yung ang aperture ay ginagamit nito ay yung pag-focus. Ito yung example nun, yung sa lens, yung pagliit ng number, paglaki ng lens, paglaki naman ng number, pagliit ng lens. Sa shutter speed naman, dito yung light, paglalaro na ng condition ng light. Tapos, set the shutter at the f16 if sunny. Yung method natin, f16 dun sa aperture. Set the shutter at the speed closest to the SSA rating of the film being used. So, dapat tugma yung aperture no dun sa shutter speed. Kung sa normal na camera, mag-blink yan kung mali. Kung hindi tugma. Next, aim the camera lens at the object to photograph and look finder. Determine its limit. Horizon, vertical position of the camera must be carefully noted to prevent distorted picture. Be sure the camera lens is not covered by your fingers. So, vertical position. Yung horizontal ay yung tuwid, tapos vertical naman yung naka at yung sabi ko kanina, be sure the camera lens is not covered by your fingers. 5. Focus the lens. Having prepared the camera for shooting, hold your breath while pressing the release button to avoid unnecessary movement of the camera, or use tripod to hold the camera in place. Focus the lens. So, yun na, lens, tututok nyo dun sa object. Prepare for shooting. Pag mag-shoot na kayo, hold your breath. Then, avoid movement para hindi blur lang kuha nyo. O kaya, kung magalaw talaga kayo, bumambot kayo ng tripod. Next, after pressing the release button, advance the advance lever to set the next film frame in the camera format. So, after pressing, siguraduhin nyo na maayos ang kuha nyo para sa susunod na kuha naman. At ito yung format, dapat may tama yung SSS rating, tama yung f-stop, yung f16 dapat ganun, shutter speed tama din, yung tugma. Kung madilim o maliwanag, dapat tama lang. Tapos date and time, sa camera may date and time. And that's all. Thank you.